You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
We rolling? Yeah, bruh. Fucking oath, we're rolling. Welcome back.
Good to be here.
Good to be here. Thursday morning pod, but recorded on a Wednesday afternoon over a techie
Evening. Just a midweek settler.
Midweek techie after a big week.
Yeah.
And
Well, big week too. A lot going on.
a lot going on.
Few irons in the fire, Tom. Some starting to warm up nicely.
Some real hot irons.
Yep, some hot irons, punters and dribblers.
Yep.
Wanted to start, Tom. We're supposed to do this on Monday. Will it shock the viewer, the punter, the dribbler, the listener?
The audience.
That I forgot. Shouldn't. But my sister, right, who's one of the greats.
Indeed she is.
One of the greats all the time.
Shout out to Amelia.
Amelia, cool enough, but her name's Amelia. She's in London at the moment, right? She's moved over there, having the time of a young life. Now, when you go to London, you take with you like a backup amount of cash just to sort of fucking set yourself
Savings.
up. Savings, Tom.
Not a holiday.
A pillow of sorts.
But she's not going on a holiday.
No,
she's going to live.
She's gone there to live.
A sea change.
A sea change. She's gone there indefinitely. Now, indefinitely means I don't know how long. Could be 2 years, could be 5. I think it's a visa. But she might meet a hunky.
She might meet a young prince.
She could meet a prince over there.
They're pretty young, actually, the princes.
But she could meet sir. What do they call
A lord?
Duke? A lord?
An Earl.
An earl?
An earl?
Fuck. Wouldn't mind having an earl as a brother-in-law. Listen, world's her oyster, but she's got a fucking job that's paying her peanuts, right?
Is that just an English thing, or is it
£500 a week she gets.
What's that in exchange
Before
rate?
tax. No, but I'll get to you. Before tax, so she's actually making £375, rent's $220, $40 a week or £40 a week just to get to and from work. So what's the math on that? 220, 260. So she's left with like £115 a week.
How old is she?
25. It's like £20 a cocktail. Like it's not.
No,
it's not like
it's
you
not.
go over there and you get cocktails for £3.
I love when you're younger that you just, and not that this is, you know what? The reality of her situation is not a symptom of youthful naivete, but
No,
you're getting fucking rorted.
No, it's a product of inequality.
Yes.
The shit the lefty's always banging on. But
It's hit the Simpson household.
It's hit us. It's come home. It's fucking smacked us square between the eyes. So she's doing like she's a teacher's aide, doesn't mind the work, but £100 a day, it's not much.
No, it's not. Is there any, when we talk irons in the fire, we talk irons for KO Sport. No, is she got anything else lined up? Is there anything?
Well, listen, so she as you do when you go over to Europe, you spend a bit of time.
I feel like this is how people start OnlyFans accounts.
And when you hear some of the numbers being bandied about, you understand why.
Mm-hmm.
But please don't do that enough. You're better than that. You are better
There's
than
nothing wrong with OnlyFans.
No, there is. Well,
For your little sister.
Would you want that for your sister?
No, I wouldn't.
No, I didn't think so. Now, and if you are doing the OnlyFans, good for you. But that's not about you. It's about me and my sister.
Yeah.
So she goes over to Europe, a bit of time in Paris, bit of time in Amsterdam. Mate, like maybe you get a bit carefree with the coin. Of course you do.
Of course you do.
Then you get to England, you realise you're not making the big bucks you were. Not that she was making big bucks, but she was making a fuckload more here than she was over there, right?
Yeah.
And then reality hits you square in the face. Now it's on the blower to bank mum and dad, right? So she's in desperation mode, as it were. This is where I come in. And this is where the punter and the dribbler come in.
Oh, okay.
If you're in England, the UK, London specifically, and you can get a job or know of jobs going or can facilitate a job,
That's what this
help
is.
help a brother out, help a brother, help a sister.
Yeah, okay.
Help a brother, help a sister. If you can offer more than £500 a week for reasonable work, hit us up.
Okay, there you go. So this was an ad. This was a job ad for Amelia.
Fucking oath.
Well, there you go. Listen,
Master's contract.
Master's content as a yarn. It's an ad for Amelia. And listen, I'll back it. I was half expecting you to be like, we're releasing shirts like fucking Feed Amelia.
Nah.
Bit of Amelia merch.
You could.
Give her the profits.
I don't know how many would sell.
No. And I'd want the profits.
Well, you'd have the profit. You get your half of the profits.
And you just give your half to
I give
Amelia.
my
Well, I
half
can't
away.
take a half of a fucking feed Amelia shirt.
You just did.
Well, I said I wanted it. It's a different story to taking it.
It is a different story
You
to
know,
taking it.
I want a lot of things. I'm not going to take them.
But to round it out, £500 a week for a full-time job is fucked.
Yes, it is. But what I was going to say is, and this is where I'm talking about youthful naivete, and I'm just saying that, like, you need to probably almost expect the worst. But when you're that young, you think everything's going to fucking work out. And then before you know
what
it...
about when we used to... I had the forethought, but like you, Street and Jarge, when we'd get our youth allowance, because you used to get a big fat wad every 6 months, you three would fucking blow it like night one.
Well, or I wouldn't work over summer and I would save it. Because you get like a few grand, wouldn't you?
I think you used to get $2,000 a semester, maybe.
But didn't they give you a big wad? So they'd give you a month, like every fortnight, they'd give you something. And
We'd get our fortnightly wad, which was like youth allowance and rent assistance.
Yes.
But then we'd also get the big fat chunky boy.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was more than $2,000 because that would have been chunky to us.
I'm trying to remember whether maybe that was, I'm thinking tax return. But there was a wad, because I used to get, like, when I worked in radio, Triple M.
That'd be tax return, I reckon.
They used to fuck me off at the end of the year because I was casual. So they'd be like, hey, thanks for coming. See you later. And I'm like, I was on good money there as a casual, like as a producer for rugby league the whole season. Rugby league, and then they'd be like, see you next year.
What did you do over those
fucking
breaks? I'm
there was
trying to remember.
Dude,
did you work in a bottle-o?
I worked in a bottle-o. I did labouring. I did nothing. Like, there was times where I just like would live off whatever little fucking money I had.
So you'd have like, rugby league's off for like 5 months.
October, November, December, January. February is when I'd come back. Dude, it was so fucked up the way you just be like, anyway, nothing for you, see ya.
But so, yeah, the rugby league season this year started in March. And it ends basically in the end of September.
But so the show I was on, I think, would start up again,
right.
like
Yeah.
for some of the Australian. It wasn't just rugby league, but then I would produce rugby league. Anyway, not about me, but it sort of is.
Well, it sort of is.
When you were that young, I feel like you were all about the good times immediately. But see, I feel like Amelia has your ripping and tearing and my wistful expenditure of money. You know what I mean? If she was to pick up two traits from her big brothers,
yes.
She's got you like to rip and tear. She probably got that from both of us.
Yeah.
But you particularly.
Well, she loves a rip.
She does love a rip, but then
And
you're
credit to
more
her.
responsible with your money.
She has been responsible in the past. I think it was more a case of like, I just need to get the fuck out of my situation here. Like, I'm just a bit bored and I need to go overseas. And if I'm going in Feb, so I'm going in Feb. And I don't have as much money as I thought I would. And now I'm over here and like, there's actually not that much money flying around. So it's sort of like a...
Economic downturns.
Well, you've got to understand, Tom, that the economic outlook is not fruitful.
No.
And, global recession, teetering, will it happen, will it not?
It's a lot of economic uncertainty. And with that, I think you're seeing the labour market, the job market tighten up, Tom. People sort of fucking tightening the belts a little bit.
Yeah, not me, loosening it with every chicken tender that I ordered to the studio.
Well, how many did you get today? 20?
I just got 2 of whatever we got yesterday. To be honest, really, we should just stick to what we got yesterday. Like
That was too many tenders.
We got fucking heaps left over.
It was way too many tenders. I'd had lunch as well.
And you bought that cookie back.
We halved that cookie.
I know, that's what I mean. That like
I didn't need 20 tenders.
Well, listen, I was also conscious of our fucking slaves back there, Dave and Tobler, wanting to eat some chicken.
Listen, it was the right thing to do, Tom.
You feed the slaves, dude.
You feed the slaves. It was the right thing to do because yesterday, and you're getting a real insight here, yesterday Tom got tenders as well. And they were delicious. They were delicious. But we regretted it, Tom more so than anyone, about the fact that we probably didn't get enough.
Yeah.
We got too many today. I'm comfortable that they're still there, but I don't need them there either.
I think we're better off wanting more than eating more than we want.
Because I don't think you just need to eat them. Now you're eating chicken tenders for eating chicken tenders'
For the sake of tenders, and you're just finishing them.
I will say this, though. Boneless deep fried chicken tenders. Mwah.
I will say this as well. I'm pretty sure tenders, by their virtue, are boneless.
I'm just clarifying.
Cool.
I don't know for sure.
And you don't know what the audience knows. Like, who knows fucking the intelligence of our audience, the education of our audience around chicken tenders? I think it'd be pretty high if I had to guess, but you never know.
Listen, I couldn't with good conscience pretend to know if tenders are supposed to be boneless but have been deboned. I wouldn't know.
I think it's just like breast. Now, as we continue on with this podcast that isn't solely dedicated to chicken tenders, but there will always be time for chicken tenders in a Hello Sport podcast if we feel it necessary. We've changed up a little bit the way we do the Dribbler hotline. We think we'll still do some of those dedicated eps to like funny shit, but we don't want to just do a specific Dribbler hotline episode every week. We think we're just going to, on a Thursday pod, Dave's got some dribbles, and in and amongst the award-winning content you've come to know and love, we'll drip in a call every now and again.
That's exactly what we'll do, Tom. That's exactly what
See where the world takes us.
Yeah, and the world takes you some crazy places.
It does. And we'll do that pretty soon. Before we get to it.
Housekeeping. Otherwise, I'm going to forget.
You go it, because I don't even know what you're going to housekeep.
Obviously, on Monday, Tom and I spoke quite eloquently, I think, around the Hello Sport Goers Run Club.
Oh, yes.
For the marathon.
We're marathon reps.
We are marathon ambassadors. Now, were we asked personally by Sydney Marathon? Yeah.
By Big Mara?
We were. By Big Mara. Big Mara recognised what we did last year and they fucking want a piece. Now, if you want to join the Goers Run Club and join the marathon, when you're filling out the form at sydneymarathon.com, there is a teams section. You just type in Hello Sport Goers Run Club and it'll come up, bang. Now, if you've already joined, but you want to change fucking away from your beta team to this alpha fucking team over here, then you go into your profile. You would have set up a profile when you signed up. Go to Sydney Marathon, log into the profile section, the portal, and switch your team. There's a little teams box and there's a little button that says switch team. So fuck the beta team off.
Yeah, and
become a goer.
Now that he's explained it, you know it. So it's not super difficult. This hasn't been made for, is it Mensa? Is it like those people with like 400 IQ? It's not made. You don't need to be that intelligent to work this one out.
Yep.
Go in there and change your team.
Now, a couple of things. If you join the team, you get to come to the Ivy with us. You get to come and rip and tear
post run.
You get a Churchillian speech at 5 a.m. off me and Tom to pump you up and fucking get you ready to go. You get bum slaps at a checkpoint.
Yep.
We haven't really decided yet, but there'll be bum chaps.
There'll be chaps.
You'll be decked out in Hello Sport Goers Run Club gear. Also, I'm hearing whispers at this point. The great Lachlan Clancy, some say the greatest run coach all time, may be trying to pace people to beat my time from last year if you so choose. He may be, that's not locked in, but he may be pacing people to beat my time.
Which is fucked. We're also we'll be doing a run club generally where we get down, we'll at least be doing one run with any dribblers that want to come. Centennial Park.
Yep.
Bit of a trot.
And if you want access to our award-winning
training
program, then email turbo@hellosport.com.au.
But you've got to provide evidence of the fact you're in the Goers Run Club.
Yep, and then we'll send it to you.
Yep.
We'll send you the Goers. Basically, look, have we rebranded a fucking
Friends program?
A program given to us? Yeah, sure. But it got us over the line.
Yeah, stolen valor. That's that. The marathon, Hello Sport, Goers Run Club.
Yep.
Go there and join. We will be ripping and tearing post-race together with everyone that comes along with us. Now, while we were still on food and chicken tenders, Dave, I would ask that you bring up maybe our second most recent Instagram post, which is a tweet from the great Phil Gus Gould, who I've been saying for a long time on the show is close to the greatest follow on Twitter. I woke up this morning, some dribbler DM'd us the tweet, and I just need to read it. Busy day. 8 separate meetings, 4 coffees, 3 Coke Zero, Vegemite on toast, chicken wings, carrot cake, Chinese dinner, home now, exhausted, but no chance of sleep for a while. Busy day again tomorrow, plenty happening in the world of rugby league. It almost sounds like Hemingway somehow, the way he's like, the pacing of it, not to be some literary fuckboy, but there's just a way that he's like writing these sentences. There's poetry in his words.
Well, he's a poet, Tom. There's a modern day poet. When you read that, the proof's in the pudding, right?
Is that a healthy? There's a lot of food there.
Yeah, listen, you read that, and pieces of the puzzle fall into place, as it were. Four coffees. That's a fair bit of caffeine. Three Coke Zeros.
Is that caffeine in that?
Yeah,
it's a lot of caffeine.
So he's got 7 big hits there. Veggie toast, respect it. Chicken wings, interesting selection, because chicken wings. If you I put it this way, Tom, can I say something? If you're busy, if you're a busy little bee with 8 separate meetings, when the fuck do you sit down for chicken wings?
It puts an absolute handbrake on your day.
Chicken wings are laborious, bro.
Not to be had on the go.
Not to be had on the go. They're usually marinated within an inch of their life. You get shit all over your hands, all over your mouth. You're an absolute mess. Yeah. I don't rule out a bib when I'm eating chicken wings.
Nah, or like you eat them standing over a sink, much like Tobler does when he has banh mi's.
Yeah, but that didn't go unnoticed.
Yeah, it's just got to keep the crumbs off the floor.
So I'm like, fucking hell, Tobler, we need to get you a plate.
Yeah, but banh mi's are mongrels.
No, they are mongrels. They are fucked up.
Who said, or Sebo said the other day, banh mi, but a soft bun. So you wouldn't get that.
A soft banh mi, yeah. No, listen.
You wouldn't get that breakaway.
No, the crumbs.
Yeah, the crumbs.
But no, you're right.
So in a busy day, I don't see any room for chicken wings. I just don't see
And again, not to shit on the great and powerful Phil Gould, but Chinese dinner, is he a chopsticks guy? Like if you're on the run?
No, he's a shoveler.
He'd have to be, though, right? You got to eat that quick if you had no time to sleep. Busy day again tomorrow. Plenty happening in the world. Is he whining and dining and 69ing someone here? Like,
No. Chinese dinner's part of the meetings.
Chinese dinner is meetings, right?
At least he's.
Actually, no. But home now. Oh no, Chinese dinner was before.
8 separate meetings. I reckon one of those meetings is Chinese dinner, 100%.
I would love to see. You know how day in the life.
You know.
I'm sure he'd have a fucking rouge or two, wouldn't he? Although he has lost a stack of weight, Gus.
Fuck yeah. Is that banned or stuff or?
Listen, you never know when fucking people lose heaps of weight. You actually don't want to comment too much because it could be sick, which I hope it's not. Doesn't look by the sounds of his diet, sounds like he's fucking not too concerned about the health.
How do you feel about the carrot cake in there?
Well, I don't like carrot cake. It's fucking gross.
I still don't believe
Listen, you can make anything taste. I like carrots and I like cake. You can make anything taste nice if you put enough sugar in it. I just don't see the relevance. I don't see the need. It's not a necessary cake.
But it's different. They're not. Now we're having different conversations.
Is
anything necessary? You know what I mean? What's like, there's some fucking random shit that we do or eat or partake in that may not be necessary at the end of the day.
What I'm saying is cake and carrot are not two things that I care for in unison. I know that if I had a bite of a carrot cake, I would probably have all my biases wiped away. But you know why that is? It's not because the carrot in there. It's because it's fucking jam-packed full of sugar. And I'm addicted to sugar. So...
Yeah. We all are.
Dude, sugar's actually fucking... I have indulged in many substances over my life. Not anything to excess, but, smoking darts, drinking coffees. They're like the ones... Pound and piss. I quit ciggies on a dime. Just had them, then didn't have them the next day.
CT, cold turkey.
Cold turkey. Booze, I quit for 3 months just because I was getting fit and losing heaps of weight and, becoming an Adonis.
Which you did.
Which I did and then put it all back on. But I did it easy. Weed, I can take it or leave it. I like it, but I can leave it if I want to. I usually just take it though.
Sugar, you can leave it.
Sugar,
nah,
bruh.
Sugar's fucked.
I wake up in the morning sometimes, like I feel like a little bit of understanding of what it would be like to be heavily addicted to something fucked up like crystal meth. When I'm like, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, not gonna have sugar today. Like I'm not gonna eat sugar for the sake of sugar, like as in just chocolate, right?
Yeah.
And then fast forward to fucking 6 o'clock at night, who's on Uber Eats? Getting a bag of M&M's sent to the house.
Yeah.
Peanut.
Your sugar will get its fucking claws into you. If there's an opportunity to buy it, I will, generally speaking.
Yeah.
If it's not in the house, I can take my mind off it. So last night I went to the fridge after dinner, home alone, no sugar. And I thought to myself, am I slipping into the trainers and nipping down to the Woolies Metro, which isn't that far away?
Well, dude, it's a bee's dick.
It's a bee's dick. But it's still...
You got to go down a hill.
It's cold. We've got to go down a hill, up a hill. Not great. Not ideal. And I weathered that storm, but there was quite a debate going on inside my brain.
So you didn't go?
I didn't go, but fuck, I nearly did.
See, Steph and I the other day, similar thing. Carly, shout out to Carly of Streety's Beautiful Wife fame, brought over some cupcakes to our house because Rosie turned 1. Their young daughter, happy birthday to Rosie Street. Now, I couldn't make it. The girls had to leave early because it was sleep time and they didn't get to enjoy cake. So Carly bought over cupcakes for them. But she bought over 3 cupcakes. So there was 1 each for the girls. And then Steph and I at the end of the night were like staring at this fucking cupcake, which had a face on it, so you could stare at it. We were eyeing this fucker down. Chocolate topping, jelly bean nose, smarty eyes.
Made of what? What's keeping it together?
Sprinkle hair. What do you mean what's keeping it together?
Well, vanilla, chocolate?
I'd say it was. I didn't try it.
Oh.
But it looked like it was a light skinned
Okay.
base.
Probably vanilla.
Chocolate face.
Vanilla. Yeah, vanilla with a chocolate.
Could argue it was doing blackface. But I wouldn't argue that. In today's climate, I wouldn't. But you could argue it.
You could argue the cupcake.
The cupcake was doing blackface. You could cancel it.
Yeah, you could cancel that cupcake.
You could cancel the fuck out of that.
You should have
cupcake.
by eating.
Well, listen, you could have by eating it, but that might have been what it wanted. Anyway, all I'm saying is Steph and I stared at it as absolute piglets who enable each other and just went, let's throw this cupcake in the bin. And so we put it in the bin and we closed it.
You didn't eat it.
Didn't eat it. Now, sorry, Carly, because I hope you didn't cook them, but...
Yeah, but she'd understand.
Yeah.
That there's a guy over here
battling with his demons.
And battling with one of the great addictions all time.
Yeah.
Sugar will get all of us. It's got to be the most addictive thing on the planet.
Yeah.
And if scientists try to tell me it isn't, then you can all go jam.
Well,
yourself.
if they're saying it, they're obviously in the pocket of Big Sugar.
And we know that Big Sugar tried to frame...
And we're not talking Joel Cohn.
Big Sugar tried to frame Big Fat as the enemy.
Yeah. Big Fat's good.
Big Fat's good. Healthy fats.
People think eggs are bad
fats.
for you still.
I don't know if saturated fat. We all know there's fats that are good for you, right? And they got lumped with the blame of fatties the world over. But it's Big Sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar's done that to all of us.
Yeah.
Now, Phil Gould, just to circle back to what's important here, which was the chicken wings, he likes them dry with a nice spicy dipping sauce. So this is making a bit more sense.
It is and it's not, though, because it makes sense.
It makes a little bit more sense.
It makes slightly more sense. But the reality of having, thank you, Dave, I'll come back to that in a second. The reality of having dry wings with dipping sauce, again, slows you down. I imagine it's quicker to have no dipping sauce and have something marinated than it is to be like, I'm going to have to dip this bitch, eat it.
I disagree, and I'll tell you why. Is because the cleanup, Tom. It's the cleanup is everything. If you've got a dipping sauce and you're just banging them, bulls just working. Like you can mow. Whereas
yeah.
the marination, it gets your hands, it gets all over your fucking
But isn't
face.
it still getting on your face with the fucking dipped wing?
No, because you place the dip where you want, right? You can be selective about the dip, whereas the marinade's unavoidable. As you bite, the marinade works you over. That's why if you look at a man eating marinated wings, it's all over their face. It can get up to the bloody cheekbone.
Yeah, it can actually become a hazard.
I've seen marinade on a forehead, Tom.
On an eyeball. But
on a lid.
But the reality is as well, though, it's still greasy.
Listen, Tom. I'm merely coming from a point of view saying it's marginally better. I couldn't imagine a world in which a busy 8 meetings a day guy sits down for marinated wings.
Yeah, it still doesn't make sense.
That front. It makes slightly more sense. He loves Peking Duck.
Well, I'm with you there. Gus.
Chinese dish. What Chinese dish? See, listen, he wasn't drinking either, so it definitely wasn't meeting.
Depp wasn't drinking.
Yeah, because Jeff Fennick offered him a bottle of wine, and he declined because he wasn't drinking. We weren't drinking.
But he does say, when they say, what's your go-to Chinese dish? I eat anything. Which would be good on a T-shirt.
Feel good, I eat anything.
That tweet, can you screenshot that tweet, please?
Yeah.
Feel good, I eat anything, love a Peking
Duck. Dude.
The blue tick as a profile picture really gets me as well.
It's
Yeah.
so fucking
good
dribbly.
shit.
It's good, dude. Phil Gould's a great follow, man. That's just that there is no other way to look at it. Phil Gould is the king.
I'm very sad he blocked me on Twitter.
What, were you going after him about some fucking...
I probably was. It was
Why'd you go after Phil? He's a national
I don't know.
icon.
He's a treasure.
Clearly, we just don't see eye to eye on a few
He's our
things.
David Attenborough.
He wasn't willing to engage in a discourse.
Dude, he's our David Attenborough,
He
Dave.
is.
100%.
What is it that you don't like about Phil Gould and fucking who else doesn't he like? Fisher and Elon Musk.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What did you
Can you?
forget?
Did you? No, I've got it. Were you a fan of the crocodile hunt to Steve Irwin?
Yeah.
Okay, because if you said no,
Yeah, he would have been out.
I was obviously
I was just wondering where on the national icon list do you land? You basically don't like anyone.
What about Dame Edna? Oh, you're
that's
such a
tough.
fucking
That's a tough one.
loser, dude. You're such a loser.
Anyway, it's not about Dave.
No,
it's
it's
about
not. But it is about Phil, and I'd love to chat to Phil. Phil would be nice.
Could we get our hands on Phil somehow?
I think that there's a world. Listen, while we're there, All Talk starts next week on SEN.
Good opener.
Good opener.
Like, woohoo.
Yeah, like, oh, wow.
Like, damn.
like a
That's a
goat
good opener.
sort of vibes.
Yeah, like a goat vibe.
A goat vibe. Now, we're not going to say any more because until it's in the can, you don't say anymore. But goat opener followed by goat.
Can I say this?
We've got a couple of goats
Back-to-back goats.
If all goes to plan, which it should.
Imagine
Being
opening
pessimistic.
series 2 with back-to-back goats.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we've been doing all talks. You probably can't tell if they're SEN's ones or not. The ones that start next week, SEN,
Yeah.
for the next 20-ish weeks.
And they will be...
I think for the next 20 weeks.
Yeah. They're on SEN, and then they're on the podcast, on the YouTubes, and that's all starting next week with a goat. And the goat should be being wrangled tomorrow.
Yep.
Or if you're listening to this, we might be in the midst of wrangling a goat.
Yeah. Or if you're listening to this like later than Thursday morning, then we probably have already.
Then we've already wrangled a goat. We're maybe milking it.
Might be. So that's exciting. SEN.
Pumped. But look, if we could get the great and powerful Philip Ronald Gould.
Is it Philip Ronald?
I don't know. It sounded right.
He had me fooled.
Yeah. What's his middle name, Dave?
It is Ronald.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
Hold on. I must have heard that then.
Obviously.
But like,
Obviously, you'd heard it.
well, I might not. I might have pulled that out of my ass.
Nah.
What, you don't think I could have pulled that out of my ass?
I think it's like that time when you and me were sitting up late talking about the last team to win the fucking rugby league comp outside the top 4, and it just like,
And I said
it's like
it.
you're having a fucking episode. It
Yeah,
just
but maybe
came out
I
there.
am just tapped in, right? Like there is a world where I could be tapped in.
So it is Philip Ronald Gould.
See, I don't know where I would have heard that.
You used to be a producer in rugby league.
Not with Phil. I've never met the man.
But you would have been talking. People would have mentioned his name.
What, his middle name?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it sounds like something Rabs would say.
You reckon you guessed it?
Yep.
No fucking way. There's no way.
Leave a
you
comment
guessed
in
that.
the YouTube if you think I guessed it. Yes for guess.
You probably read
no
it.
for
You
didn't
probably
guess.
read it half an hour ago.
Yeah, there's
Forgot.
a chance of that as well. As always, punters and dribbles are brought to you by our good friends at Ned's, the preeminent punting platform. I don't know what preeminent means, so you might have to fact check me on that. But the number one betting platform.
Preeminent, I always thought was the best.
David will tell us.
You know what I mean?
That's what I think.
If
I just say shit.
But if preeminent means the best,
Then I'm
you
correct.
nailed it because they are the best. Neds are the best.
Do we want to just do like a clock for how long it takes Dave to type the word preeminent in?
It's already at 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, have I got time? I might just check my messages. 'Cause
Yeah, well, it seems like that.
It is surpassing all others, very distinguished in some way. And the example they give is the world's preeminent expert on asbestos.
There you go. Or the world's preeminent
example.
betting platform,
Is Neds.
in our opinion. Now, we've always got our Ned's group in there, which is pumping.
And when I say pumping, I think that would almost be an understatement.
Yeah.
It's filled to the brim with dribblers.
Yeah.
Few punters in there too.
Punters, dribblers, sharing bets, talking shit, having a good time.
Code dribbler.
The code is dribbler. You head to the groups tab in Ned's, and that is where you go to have yourselves a very fun, responsible time. But that's what it's about. We love Ned's.
Jump in there, share your
in
bets.
there.
Have you got a same game that you think is cherry ripe? Why don't you share it in?
A bet shared is a bet earned.
Yes. And sharing, as our parents taught us, is caring. Sharing is caring.
You know what else is caring, Eddie? Betting responsibly. You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website. Dave, are you going to get tickets to Hannah Gadsby's new show?
Nah.
Jokes. Hey, do we want to get a tequila?
Can I ask you something? Why is Priceline trending?
I'm always confused by what's trending, especially Hannah Gadsby.
They were displaying political flyers in stores and are facing boycott threats.
Are they not allowed to do that if they want to?
It was actually, I did see something about this. I didn't read too much into it. It was something weird.
You and your loved ones are at risk of prescription medicine shortages due to the Albanese Labor government. Right.
Now, if that, I mean, obviously, I don't know if that's true or not, but if you are a business directly affected by what you see as perceived shortcomings with the current government, shouldn't you be allowed to do that? And I'm not a big political guy.
Listen, I can't comment about it. On the face of it, Tom, popular Aussie chemist is slammed for appalling window sign as customers threaten walkouts.
Is it firstly not appalling? Secondly, I always question these like customer walkouts. Like all you need to do is have like 2 tweets for
Under
an article.
fire after an anti-government sign. See, that doesn't, you're framing that wrong as well.
It's not anti-government.
They're not like that. I read that and I say to myself, fuck, they must be like pro-communist or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, D or Dave. Could you please just go to that Margot Robbie one? I just want to see it.
Where are we?
We're all over the map here, punters and dribblers.
Sorry, dude. Margot Robbie. This is Daily Mail, which you know, I don't really frequent Daily Mail. I just want to see the photos, David. I don't care about the article. Jesus Christ.
She's good.
She's beautiful.
She's very good. They're fun jeans. Shout out to Margot.
Yep.
Margie.
Flares are back in, dude.
Yeah, well, on hot people they are, Tom. You couldn't wear them.
No, I wouldn't wear them, but like flares.
Imagine if you had flares on with that big fucking puffy sheep jumper.
Into sheep flares? Or just like jeans flares?
Sheep flares.
Reach out big flares. If you got some flares for us, Eddie will wear them.
You ever worn flares?
Mm-hmm. I got flares when I was in Last time flares were back, I think.
Flares have never been in our time.
No, they have. 100%.
When?
You're wrong. When I was maybe in between year 6 or year 8, like sometime then, not specifically.
They're boot cuts, not flares.
Daddy, I'm telling you, flares came back. Flares. Not boot cuts, because boot cuts are just all the way down. Flares. To the point where I got them, I had white flared jeans that I used to wear to the Barrel Cinema.
You had white flare. I don't think they came back, Tom.
Trust me, bro.
Bro, just because you were wearing them doesn't mean they'd come back.
If stores are selling them, Eddie, you best believe they're back.
I think they always sell them to a degree. I think there's always a flare running around.
Dude, they were back.
Were the cool kids wearing them?
Yes, but I wasn't cool, but I was trying to be cool. But I tell you what else.
Who was the cool kid wearing them?
Listen, no one I knew. But I tell you who got them, and this probably won't shock anyone, but a person perpetually trying to dress much younger than they should, and that's me, old man. He got home once from town, and from where the cars were parked, there was like a path that came up to the house.
Yeah. And
at the end of the path where the cars were, you sort of like stepped into the path from getting out of your car, and he just got out of the car with these fucking humongous flared jeans and started pretending to play guitar, like air guitar, and I was like, I had flared jeans already. I'm like, well, these are now the fucking lamest things of all time. I can't.
Do you reckon your dad got inspiration from you?
Dad's always dressed very fucking heavy.
Yeah, but he's celebrity, though.
No, but like, I'm not
celebrity.
knocking it.
You know, he's
just
got a
always
ponytail and shit.
No, look, he's always been a hippie, but I was just like flared jeans, Bill, for fuck's sake. But they were back, dude. They were back. Don't you make no mistake about it. They were back. You never paid attention to any fashion until you met Ella. So, like, of course you didn't notice. You were fucking...
What does that mean?
Well, mate, you were the boot cut jeans ripped at the back, fucking
well, at least
Hawaiian shirt, googly eyes guy. Until you met Ella, you were a fucking dude.
I can put my hand up and admit that back then, I wasn't...
Well, till like, 2018 or whatever when you met Ella.
Listen, I've never been at the coalface of fashion. No. I've never been at the coalface.
Until now. When Ella dresses
at the coalface?
Well, Ella dresses you better now.
Yeah, but I'm not at the coalface.
Well, no, you're not a model.
Exactly. They're at the coalface. And I just don't think flares have come back in, Tom. I don't think they came back in year 8. I think you've made that up. That's what I think.
Yeah, and look, that's fine. But as I said, that's when you were wearing fucking Hawaiian shirts and like, 3/4 jean shorts with those Velcro Puma shoes.
They weren't Velcro.
Goggles.
They were suede.
Well, yeah, they're suede, but no, the Velcro elasticized strap.
No.
Yeah, that's what you're wearing.
No,
I can already see it. I see it in my head. But no, flares were back. They were for a period. Now, maybe it was more for women, but dudes still wore them.
What
David
year are we
Beckham and
talking?
shit.
What year around are we talking? I got a bit of info here.
I'd say, so how old was I when I was...
Year 12 was been
No, not year 12. When
you were
was
12, 2005.
No.
2001. 2001.
Yeah, okay. So it says here on Wikipedia, by 1999, flare jeans had come into vogue among women, which had a wider, more exaggerated flare than boot cuts. The boot cut style ended up dominating the fashion world for 10 years. It was
Boot cut dominated. Boot cut dominated.
Boot cut never left. Boot cut still rips.
But who was it? Who was fucking actually wearing the fashion? You wearing flares that women wore,
Check
or
for
boot
men's.
cuts?
Check men's flares. And listen, I don't care if it fucking... Of course it was mostly women. Fashion is dominated by women. What do we wear 90% of the time? Just straight normal jeans and a T-shirt. Maybe I'll branch out and wear a sheep jacket every once in a while.
White? Have you got photos of you in the white flares?
I don't think so.
That'd
I
be
haven't
a
seen it
sight
for a
for
while.
sore eyes.
Bruh, you know what? Because like when you used to go shopping with mum, would you go and like get sort of like an outfit? You know what I mean? So maybe like she might go and get you some pants, a shirt, and like a jacket or a jumper or something in like one whack.
You'd go and get like staples for the season.
But like, so
That's my memory.
I went to, I can't remember what the store was called. Maybe
We just
like
get a Maya.
Surf, Dive and Ski or
JJ's.
Southern Comfort. Not Southern Comfort. Southern Comfort's a drink, isn't it? Whatever. Store in Barrel called like Southern Jeans. Maybe Southern Jeans. I don't know. But I went in there. White flared jeans, a brown jacket, a really tight Ali G beanie, and a shirt, long sleeve button up shirt with, I swear I've told this before, with like hundreds of blue and white and lime green cars all over it. And I wore that to the Barrel cinemas. That whole outfit and those OG Nike tick shoes. I've got the image. I've got the fit in my head, and I look like an absolute stud.
What did your mum say to the Ali G tight beanie?
She was into it.
I liked it.
I guess so, dude. I guess so. You look back at some of the shit I used to get dressed in. I'm like, whoa.
That Ali G Wu-Tang.
Yeah, it wasn't like Wu-Tang.
Fabu,
Fubu,
DD,
Dada.
Dada. That was an era. Like that was
I
just
loved that era.
Everything was that cheap fucking plasticky material.
Bogan silky,
Bogan.
nylon-y.
Well, even a step beyond Bogan silk.
Yeah, it's true. Let's go. To be honest, dude, a bit of tequila with the old stream, in a sheep jacket. I feel like I'm overheating for the first time in like a month.
It's been
Week.
couple of days.
I'd say a week.
It was cold on Sunday. I don't even know if it was cold before that. Was
It
it?
was cold last week.
Was it?
Yeah. Not this cold. Cold enough. You still cold showering? Nah. Pussy.
I stopped when the hot water came back. I'm pathetic. And I didn't think about it again, but it's not, I'm not going to lie.
Dude, I don't want to jinx this cream I've been putting on my face. But this cream...
Make sure it's not a story, though,
What do you mean?
because you don't want it to be a story where it fixes it, but then it fucks you long term.
Dude, it's all natural.
Yeah, I'm just saying, just check.
I haven't checked. I just trust what's on the bottle.
Do you know what I mean? Because if your face gets addicted to steroids, as soon as you go off, it fucks you.
Happened to my uncle. No, it's not steroid. It's all natural. I do know that much, but I don't know what's in it. I know there's no steroids in it, but
Looking good.
it's not this flaky mess where I got to check in the bathroom every 5 seconds and I'm like, what the fuck? I can see it in my periphery.
Looks good.
I'll shout out the brand one day.
Looks good.
Thanks, man.
Okay, let's dribble.
Maybe just disconnect it and I'll connect again.
Can't hear a thing.
Am I not pretty enough?
Is my heart too broken? Do I cry too much? Am I too outspoken? Don't I make you mad? Should I try it harder? Why do you see right through me?
Casey Chalmers, shout out to
shout out to Casey Chalmers.
Ari medalist or award winner or whatever.
Someone try and get into our building just now. Aria chart. Aria winner.
Do you reckon she went platinum?
Yeah.
She was a big deal.
Yeah. She would have gone platinum for sure. She would have got like fucking... But platinum, the numbers platinum, what gets you platinum has changed.
Yeah, it's gone way down.
I think that she would have been in the era, though, when it was still pretty legit.
She was CD.
Yeah, she was CD
era.
days.
Yeah.
CD was the glory days.
Yeah.
And then it all just got completely fucked. All right. Bit of technical difficulty there. Hopefully we managed to keep you entertained with some Casey Chambers renditions.
I think we did, Tom.
I think so. Let's get into it and pump that volume up a little bit, please.
Dior, it's Tobler. There's a dribbler, and I'm at Caxton Brewing Sweetco, and he's got a gun to my head, and he's forced me to record this hotline with him. Boys, I'm here with Tommy Tobler. I've just left the urinal with him. This bloke's got the largest man meat I've ever fucking seen in my life. It's on par with Tommy Turbo's. Dior, you better keep this in. Boys, you need to give this bloke an upgrade or else he's going to flop it on you. Make sure you heard that he has a gun to my head. I didn't force him to say that. I mean, honesty is the best policy. I've always said that. He hasn't said a word of a lie, but, you know, it's not on me. It's not on me. My belief, Tobler, hottest member of HSB.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
So, listen.
Okay.
If you're going to have me believe that you were at gunpoint during that fucking little call in, Tobler,
I was.
I'm going to need to be convinced with some proof, mate.
It was quite threatening.
Are you going to unsheath that beast?
I need it unsheathed.
I'll save that for the OnlyFans.
Okay.
For the Patreon.
Yeah, okay. For the Patreon.
Have you got like a Loch Ness monster?
A lock neck?
Loch Ness monster?
Yeah, you mean a big penis, right?
Is that what you got?
I won't confirm nor deny.
You got a Lochy Ness?
Is Tobby...
Won't confirm nor deny.
I would not be shocked if Tobby had a bit of a thumper on him. But I also wouldn't be surprised if it was just a run-of-the-mill fucking
It's never crossed my mind.
droopy boy. I've never thought about his penis.
You
I've
haven't?
never, no,
Some
never,
people's
no.
dicks I think about. Like
No.
I probably have, in quieter moments, mused about Dave's dick in my mind, but never Tobler's.
No, never Tobler's. You've flown under the radar, so to speak.
Yeah.
But now I hear a dribbler calling in, reckons he saw a real thumper at the urinals, and it's piqued my interest to a degree.
Yeah.
They were pretty tight quarters in that urinal at the Caxton Street
It
Brewing Co.
was. It was.
Yep.
Sounds like
very-
any urinal you're at will be
No,
pretty tight
yeah, well,
quarters.
that's true.
That's a great point.
Tell you what, though, dribblers less and less.
He could piss into Niagara Falls and it'd be fucking...
Yeah, well, the thing of
tight.
plug it up. I have found, Eddie, I think we were even saying this at some point, weekends like Magic Round, dribbler central, the bathroom has become a less and less safe, not the right word, but camera-free place.
There's just a lot of dribblers in there wanting to look at your penis. Is probably...
Hold the camera over the fucking door.
Well, I haven't had that. Weren't you on the John and someone... Yeah.
Yeah.
That must have been...
Well, that was a shock to the system.
Yeah.
I've certainly retreated to the stalls in intense moments for a bit of fucking me time. But the camera over the stall renders you helpless. There's nothing you can do. So at that point, you may as well just fucking flop it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you
Go live on someone's gram. Listen, Tobler, I'm happy for you, though, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate
So
it.
you were showing it off then?
Parading it around.
Not necessarily, but, there's some curious dribblers that get around.
Didn't we have the giggles on the weekend, Tom, about showers generally?
Well, yeah, what were we talking? Was that on the podcast on Monday?
That was on Monday about the tattooed
the
guy
tattooed guy in
Barcelona.
Barca being the greatest shower of all time.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
Willie B, shout out to him, my brother sent me in a meme. He made a meme he sent to me. And it was, The Greatest Showman on Earth, that movie or whatever. And he just edited the fucking big dick Barcelona guy into the fucking Greatest Showman movie poster. The ultimate shower.
The ultimate shower.
see
It's
if I can
funny.
get it
I'll
for
tell you what's funny is that we were talking about that, obviously. And then I don't know if this is a case of the phone listing or not, but then this bloke pops up on TikTok who just cannot hide this thing, right? No undies will hold it. So he's just got to slip it into his jeans or his trackies, and he'll get down the street and he reckons people just stare at his junk because his penis is so large,
I just sent you the thing to put on the screen.
so long and so wide, so girthy. It's actually girthier than his arm. So
Is this a Mexican dude?
No. Just it looks like a run of the mill pond.
Where's his video?
I saw it on TikTok the other day.
TikTok, you know what annoys me about TikTok? It's kind of hard once you've lost a video to find it
Oh,
again.
you'll never find it again.
That annoys me.
Yeah, it does. He said, literally, he goes, watch, see how I can get my hand around my wrist? I can't get it around
Did
my
he pull his penis out in the video? Can
No,
you see
but you
dick?
can. No, you can see it though.
There you go. Shout out to Willie Burns,
That's great. Well done, Willie.
the greatest showman.
So it's bigger than that. Put it that way.
Well, and that thing is nothing to fucking sneeze at.
Nothing to sneeze at. But it's just you can. It's probably down to here, just bouncing around.
Dave, I
in
just
his
need you to be
trackies.
Googling big dick guy bouncing down the street. I know that's not exactly what you want to be putting in your search history.
Or
for
big penis guy on TikTok, maybe.
big penis man TikTok. But do you think? Yeah, I guess that could
He
work.
looks like a 5'8" white guy, run of the mill.
Was it his own account that posted it?
Don't know.
Because there's an account that's called it's at Super Big Man and it's Big Penis Man. No, that's not him.
Probably not. I tell you what else I was
Not a
thinking about.
sexual thing. This
No.
was more documentary style.
I think with any sport fan who maybe slightly follows NBA knows the rumours surrounding Devin Booker's dick.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, Devon quite a handful.
Yes, well, more than that. But I thought that there was at least some sort of video or photo online that shows not just like him bare cocked, because I'm not looking for that, but like, you know, the inference of a penis through shorts or something like that. And to this day, and despite many searches, I haven't been able to find anything that proves or disproves the size of Devin Booker's dick.
Well, I think those that have handled the equipment
Oh, you take the
are best placed. So sort of first-hand testimony.
machine operators.
Yeah,
Sure.
first contact.
Yes. Frontline workers.
That's right. Emergency responders.
Yeah. Jaws of life.
That's right.
But I haven't heard anyone actually talk about that either.
Interesting.
I've just heard rumours. Anyway, doesn't seem like we're going to find any TikTok dicks.
Hi guys, I'm a Dribbles ex here and I've been egged on by the girls to tell you about this situation. So I was dating a guy for about 6 months and at no point did we have sex without your podcast playing. So he would play it.
Holy...
Hi guys, at no point did we have sex without your podcast playing. So he would play it on the aux at friends' parties until he came. Like we would have shower sex and he would bring in a waterproof speaker to play your podcast in the shower. And he came to my house and would cue your podcast on my TV, save it as a favorite so he could fuck me to it. And so basically I want to know your guys' thoughts on it, and shout out to the girls who egged me on to call in here. Beers soon.
Dude, that's like the greatest fucking...
Is that bullshit?
I can't tell, dude. I mean, it didn't sound...
What? It didn't...
It didn't sound like a lie. And obviously I want to believe it.
She didn't sound like she was lying.
No.
It sounds like a lie.
I choose to believe that there's a dribbler out there who wants to fuck to the sound of Hello Sport.
Oh my God.
Knowing what you know of the
Have
dribblers.
we replaced Usher?
Yes, dude. Yeah. Marvin Gaye.
Mum, I made it. I made it. That'll be my crowning work.
Dude, that's what I mean. That didn't sound like a lie.
No, it didn't.
She had like fucking, he comes over and cues it up on the TV, brings
Saves
it
it
in
as
the
a favourite.
shower.
Yeah, it sounded so considered it had to be real.
That didn't seem like a lie to me. Now, obviously, you can interpret it out like as in Europe, whoever, feel what you want to feel. I think. Can you just play it again? Let's just listen to the voice again and see how we feel about it.
Hi guys, I'm a Dribbles ex here and I've been egged on by the girls to tell you about this
Dribbles ex.
situation. So I was dating a guy for about 6 months and at no point did we have sex without your podcast playing. So he would play it on the aux at friends' parties until he came. Like we would have shower sex and he would bring in a waterproof speaker to play your podcast in the shower. And he came to my house and would cue your podcast on my TV, save it as a favorite so he could fuck me to it. And yeah, so basically I want to know your guys' thoughts on it, and shout out to the girls who egged me on to call in here. Beers soon?
I think it's legit, dude. I actually genuinely want it to be true, but I think it is true. I think that's legit.
Have you ever thought that maybe it's kind of the opposite of what you think, that he's putting it on so he lasts longer?
Great point, Dave. But
Even still,
it doesn't matter. You're still wanting
I'm not ruling out that he's putting it on to last longer.
Can I also
A bit more
say-
like Imagine Your Grandma sort of scenario.
that shit doesn't work.
Of course it doesn't.
You know what I mean, though? People are like, "Oh, think about something that's going to stop you from coming." As soon as it starts, you're fucked.
Yeah.
As soon as it starts,
Well, there's people out there that reckon they can do it. They can control it.
Listen, I'm saying you can't control it with content.
There's people that reckon they can.
What? So if you put on fucking Hello Sport, you can like.
Listen, I'm just telling you.
Who are those people?
Well, there's you can either control it with tempo. You can either can't control it at all. You control it with tempo, which is pretty stock standard. But there's people out there that reckon they can control it with the mind, Tom.
Tantric sex.
Yeah, okay,
Sting.
sure. What I'm saying is that I don't think that most dribblers out there are tantrically minded. I think that they're just like, oh, quick, think of the grandma. And
I think we've replaced Usher.
Yeah,
That's
I think that's what I think. What I want to know is, because I mean, and again,
Can I ask her something?
what's her fucking
What
go?
did you think?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it? Because she was letting it happen.
That's what I'm saying. You were getting fucked to Hello Sport. Did we get you going?
But also, she said she didn't say no for 6 months.
6 months.
That's 6 months of yes.
Hey, listen. Guys, girls, dribblers, dribblettes, if you're in the mood, cue this up, this moment right now, as you are fucking, okay? 3, 2, 1. Am I not pretty enough? Is my heart too broken? Do I cry too much? Am I too outspoken? Don't I make you mad? Fuck each other. Yet I try it harder. Why do you see right through me?
Give it your.
If you could complete to that, it's really
Then
good.
you're a legend.
You're a legend.
Well, you're both legends.
Yeah.
Complete at the same time to that.
That's a Hall of Fame dribble.
Oh, fuck yeah. Put it in the Hoff.
What's your music? Do you have any Chong music?
Do I? No.
I don't either.
No. It's never been my thing.
As in, I don't mind having music on, but
I've never put it on.
You've never even put music
No,
on?
no. Like
It's fucking like dead silence?
No, it's never been my thing to
In
be
a
like, let's
vacuum?
go put it on.
I don't mind a bit of mood music.
Sure. But do you go and actively put it on?
Not,
'Cause that's not the same thing.
Sometimes I will, but it's more like mood, right? Candles. Tell you what I like, French, like
But a mood,
1920s, like French
a mood
jazz.
having a drink mood's not stop the press.
No, Chong mood.
Chong mood, yeah.
Yeah, but not like a Marvin Gaye, like let's get it on. None of that. I'm not like a sexy music choice.
No.
You know?
People are.
Yeah. But I mean, some people are also like...
Some people are Hello Sport people as well.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah, everyone's got their kinks. People like to have a big old fucking...
Can that dribbler call back in with a simple yes or no? Were you into it?
Let's do this. What about this? Driblet, please get back in touch. And we would like to, if possible, I'd like to have a call with her.
Yes. A one-on-one.
Yeah. I think we should offer that. You know what I mean? Like, let's just try and get some actual dribblers on the phone.
Agreed. Great dribble.
Great dribble. And you know what? While you're at it, the guy who fucking wiped his ass with socks a few weeks ago, call back. I'd like to talk to you. Let's do one more.
Thomas, Edward, Cobbler, punters and dribblers. I'm not addressing Dave for this dribble, and you're about to learn exactly why, because I'm calling for dream analysis. Now, I can't tell you exactly the setting that this dream took place, but what I can tell you is that I specifically remember I've met Tom and Eddie, I've met Tobler. They're kicking it off. Maybe it's after a golf day. I don't know. The announcement's coming. And then, out of nowhere, I get arrested by the police. Now, why did I get arrested by the police? Bags of bricks of Columbia's finest. And none other than Deal Dave, the little fucking turncoat cunt, has ratted me out to the boys in blue, and I'm getting hauled off into the back of the paddy wagon. Now, I don't know what this means. That's why I'm calling for the dream analysis. I'm hoping you can tell me I'm a Broncos fan, he's a Storm fan. They might be playing a game of football soon. Maybe this means something. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. Keen to hear your thoughts. It's the Guns N' Roses dribbler here. Broncos 13 plus forever. Deal Dave never. Fuck you. Can't. Bye.
So Dave ratted this guy out for dealing cocaine, is that? Or for having cocaine?
That sounded like the long and the short of it, and he's asking for an analysis.
Listen, there's many ways to look at this. I think one is that you could deduce from Dave's general demeanour that he may have at one point had a propensity for being a dibber-dobber.
Look, I don't think so, especially not now, especially when it comes to police.
It sounds like, you're a dibber-dobber.
My ideology and my attitude should let the punter and the dribbler know my exact feelings on police.
What do you feel about police? Are you a defund the police guy?
I'm an ACAB guy, defund the police.
You're an idiot. I hope you're not. Are you serious?
He would be.
You want no police?
Well, there's obviously not like just no police and that's it. There's other structures that you need to have in place instead.
Like what?
Like you have mental health counselors, you have people who are trained specifically to deal with domestic violence incidents and de-escalate. Also, when
hey,
it comes
put that
to
knife down. Put that. He stabbed me. I'm dead. Would have been good, but nice to have a gun.
Listen, I don't want to sit here and get into that sort of debate. I want to talk more about Dave
being a dibber-dobber who
being
wears
a
nappies.
dibber-dobber who wears nappies, wet ones too. And just about around the general saying snitches get stitches.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Look, right now in my life, I would vehemently deny any allegations that myself would be involved in any dibbering or dobbering.
So you deny
in
the
my
allegations?
Past, I deny those
Level at you.
allegations. When I was a younger kid, look, who knows? I was a small kid. I, would get picked on sometimes. I needed to defend myself in all areas possible. There's a chance I could have been a dibber-dobber.
Kid's a dibber-dobber.
Reeks of it.
Reeks of it.
And that's
okay.
fine.
It's all right.
Well, it's okay.
Listen, not now though. I know he does. He's got a dibber-dobber file on us, the piece of shit.
Well, at least I didn't dibber-dob on you guys in his dream. I only got him arrested even though he was hanging out with you.
That's true. I think that's potentially with the looming threat of execution were you to dibber-dob on us.
It's mutually assured destruction.
Yeah.
Yes. But that's basically the only sort of analysis I can provide. Dave, a dibber-dobber.
Yeah.
It's been backed up by himself.
And we are not pro-defunding the police.
No. I don't even want to get into that.
No, it was silly.
It was.
It was silly.
You bit.
No, but I knew what I was biting into, you know what I mean?
I know, but you can't help yourself.
I can't.
Like when you're sitting on the couch on a Monday afternoon.
And I'll set him
and
off.
You two fuckers just get into it. I'm like,
Start
all right.
setting him off.
That's where I put the headphones in.
Yeah. But
See,
you don't
guys-
know. You listen.
Oh, sometimes.
Nah, you listen in.
I'd listen for the first
You
5
even
minutes.
engaged, dude.
I listened
There
for the-
was the one we had one the other day where he was saying some dumb shit. I can't remember what it was. I don't need to bring
You
it
can
up.
get a bit circly.
Oh, very
though.
circly. Now, it's been a bit penile, this podcast. And I mean, like,
What's that mean?
Penis-related. Penile.
Little bit penile.
Bit phallocentric.
Phallocentric. And listen, as much as we can introduce vaginas into the show for sort of an equal spread of appendages, I'm happy to do so. But right now, I wanted to raise with you the news that I saw today, which was that the great Robert De Niro has just apparently fathered his 7th child at the ripe old, and ripe is an understatement, ripe old age of 79. And my question to you is, at 79, what's a dick do? Is all it can do just spout off loads? Like, how hard does it really get? What is the quality of an 80-year-old's cum?
Well, have we talked about this on the podcast before?
We might have
around
When
you
do
know
500 episodes almost.
is a young sort of
young load.
young fit 24-year-old load better than an old 79-year-old load, or or are they all just sort of pretty up and down?
All's fair in love and calm.
How many are men fertile their entire lives?
Yes.
Are they?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can get them off
Until the day you die.
until the very end.
Yeah.
Until the very end.
The bitter end. Dave, you got any cum
We were
stats for us?
laughing. We were talking about I'm going to transition really quickly, and I'm going to come back. And I'm only thinking about this because I'm thinking about you can come and you're sort of the last year of your life if you were to live really old. Did you know that eels the mammal or the fish, whatever,
I don't know what they are.
have they got gills?
I think they've got gills, dude.
Eels the fish. We were talking about eels on this golf trip we were on recently.
Eel is a fish, not a mammal.
Eels procreate in their last year, last year of their life, and they can live till they're like 60.
Oh, really? So they don't reach. I mean, there's shitloads of different types of eels, though.
But we were saying, what sort of? How do you know you're going to die this year? You're like, how do the eels know? Oh, this is it. Better get fucking.
Well, I don't know if they necessarily know they're dying. It's more about when you reach sexual maturity, right? Like when you're. This is going to sound a little gross. When you're fucking 9, you're not thinking about that sort of shit, right? You hit teenagers, your body's flooded with hormones, boners out the fucking wazoo, looking at titties on screens and in magazines. You don't even know. It's not like, oh, I think I'm reaching sexual maturity. It's more just like, I want to
No, but what I'm saying is they die that year.
Yeah,
so they
but-
procreate, then they die.
So it's more just about a timing thing. When your body starts to reach sexual maturity as an eel, you don't have long left. You don't necessarily know that, but what you do know is you want to fuck. That's what you know as an eel in the later stages of life, is that all you want
So
to do
your
is
body
fuck.
knows that this is it?
Yes.
We're out?
You're born with shit, dude. Like, I was hearing something the other day where the humans are born with like an innate fear of snakes.
Yes.
It's not a learned fear.
No, it's hardwired
Yeah.
into your DNA.
You know what I mean? So there's things like that that just are. Like if you're an eel, fucking late in life.
Yes. It's interesting because it nailing it down the last year of life is so specific.
But it's about your body's natural. So your body may not release any, and an eel's body I'm talking about here, may not release any chemical or hormone that would suggest it's ready to fuck. And
No,
it would
I
only
get-
do
I get-
that when
I
it's
get all
reaching
that.
a
It's-
point, the end of time.
It's more about it knowing that this is the end.
It doesn't necessarily know it's the end.
It must.
Why?
The body must.
The eels don't. Maybe the hormone change is the instigator of the end of life, as opposed to, oh, I'm about to die, I better start fucking. Like, eels don't have concepts of life and death.
Maybe they do.
Maybe they do, but as far as we know.
You got anything, Dave, on the eel?
On the eels, so I've actually heard a bit about this before, how in relation to other animals, humans really don't know a lot about the way eels reproduce, especially some species where sexually mature eels have never been caught alive in the wild. So it is true that they mature very late and do die, essentially like in the year or so after they reproduce. But they have weird stuff, like they swim out into the far reaches of like abandoned ocean where there's no land nearby and reproduce there. And like they really struggle to find eels that are like baby eels. They really don't. I don't think they've caught any, or they haven't caught many.
Can they breed them?
I don't think people can breed eels.
What?
Eels are mysterious.
I think, but so are a lot of like, I don't know if it's whales
apparently-
or sharks. Like, they don't know where they all go to fuck.
Well, apparently eels swim from like Centennial Park and then just like land hop through all the waterways through like Mascot and shit out to the ocean. Then they travel like huge distances.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Woo up.
Get that up, the Centennial
Woo up.
Park eel.
You're telling me that the eel from Centennial Park wiggles around the roads to the fucking...
Yup. They do. Look up Centennial Park eels, bro.
What do you mean? Are they going through pipes and tunnels and shit? They're not just wiggling across the road, dude.
Yeah, so once of age, a lot of these eels embark on a perilous 2,000-kilometer journey all the way to New Caledonia to breed.
Yeah.
From Centennial Park?
From Centennial Park,
The
yes, dude.
speckled long-finned eels.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, and that's not linked to anything. They're like fucking from
Hold on.
Centennial Park all the way to New Caledonia. Yeah. The eel.
Do they come back?
I don't know. Isn't that fucked?
I'm actually blown away by that.
So the speckle, of Centennial Park live modest lives, but they don't know.
They don't live modest lives. They're going to
of age. Once these animals embark on a perilous 2,000-kilometre journey all the way to New Caledonia to breed.
I've just got to. How do they know how to get to hardwired?
Mate,
They're hardwired to New Caledonia.
go down.
Are they from New Caledonia?
It's more about.
Yeah, because they breed in New Caledonia, they're born in
down.
New Caledonia.
Then how the fuck they get here?
They go down. So those of the Centennial Park make their way through the waters of Botany Bay, travelling through stormwater channels and entering through the park's Musgrave or Kensington ponds.
So they're not wriggling across they're not stopping in traffic lights and shit.
Yeah. So that's not as fun.
Most
But
will make their
still-
journey home at 40 years of age. Eels are 40 years of age? In Centennial Park?
So for some, however, the journey is a bust. Since their arrival in the landscape may have changed or the water levels are too low and some have become landlocked and can't return. Unfortunately, they will never go back to breed. Instead, they live out their days, which can amount to 100 years in the local landlocked waterways. So they go from New Caledonia, right? Think about this. They go from New Caledonia to the Centennial Park ponds.
So they travel from New Caledonia first?
They're born there, then they come to the ponds, live there for 40 years, and then go back to breed.
Why Centennial Park?
I don't know.
It's a lovely spot.
It's a great spot. That's fucking ridiculous.
And then some of them just chill for 100 years.
I didn't realize.
Eels are fucking
Dude, eels
weird.
are hectic.
Yeah.
I hate them, but I like they're in terms like they're icky.
So I was wrong about the wriggling along the road thing.
Yeah, you were close enough. We're also wrong about them being mammals.
But how do they find their way through like pipes and shit, stormwater drains? What is driving
Like
them?
that's a real Nemo story.
What's driving them? What are they?
Sex, dude? Shooting off
No,
loads.
but how do they know where they're going?
That's what I don't know. Because but again, you know how it's like a sense that you don't know you've
40
got.
years, yep, time to go.
They've probably got like compasses in them, like
Yeah,
magnets.
scientists' best guess at the moment is magnetic fields, which I think is what a lot of fish and other stuff use in the water.
Yeah. It'd be nice to have a fucking magnetic field reader in the dome, wouldn't it?
It would be nice. Shout the fuck out to the speckled whatever eel of Centennial Park. doing
I can't
great
believe
things.
that, dude. I genuinely was like, you're a fucking idiot, Eddie. Shut up. The speckled long-finned eel, Aguila reinhardti.
Of Centennial Park in Sydney.
Can we just confirm, Dave, that they start in New Caledonia,
Yep. So
travel to Australia.
The beginning of their lives is spent 10 kilometres deep in the tropical waters of New Caledonia. As larvae, they drift along the currents of the Pacific towards the temperate waters of the east coast of Australia in search of fresh water. And then they find their way to
Centennial Park.
And then after 40 years, fuck off back again to breed. Imagine cruising around Centennial Park for 40 years and being like, righto, boys, pack her up. We're going home.
Jesus.
So, now that you know that.
The whole Robert De Niro thing comes a little less impressive.
But, like, did you want to say something about De Niro, or is it all about the fucking...
Well, it's about the eel now. Fuck Robert De Niro. I was interested in the I guess the veracity, the what's the word I'm looking for? I guess the fitness of a 79-year-old's load. Like that was what's piqued my interest. I also think it's very selfish to have a child at 79, but that's just a different story, right?
Yeah. The other crazy thing about this is De Niro's oldest child is 51.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I think it's a classic case of getting long in the tooth, and then a beautiful lady comes along who
Much younger than you, I'm assuming. Can you check how old De Niro's missus is?
and treats you like an amusement park, and De Niro's loving it, and maybe shoots a couple off in passion.
Well, he's like, I don't have many years to live. Do I want to be having Franger? Like,
listen, is he going to say no to reverse cowgirl? No, he's not. And if he lets one slip, It is what it is.
He's like, fuck it, I'm rich. Like, I'm not going to be here for much longer anyway, right?
It's like, I'm not that far away.
I don't have many more in me, so I need to take them while I can get them. And I'm not wearing fucking frangers.
No, God, no. Absolutely not.
What a waste of time at 79.
Not at 79.
Surprised he didn't get snipped at some point, though.
Yeah, could have got snipped.
It's funny because I'm not snipped, and I will at some point, I assume. But I'd never confronted snip until having children. The idea is still a little bit confronting. Like it's I don't want it, but I will get it for the sake of not fucking having 50,000 children.
Yeah, I think it's probably eyes up. I don't know what it does to a man.
It doesn't do shit. It's literally just, I think it's just like cutting of the fucking cord.
Oh, so
it's pretty play on. But you can still sometimes, it's not 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Nothing seems to be.
Except death and taxes.
And the yield going home.
Yeah. Unless it gets landlocked.
Then it doesn't.
And then it doesn't, unless you're 100 years. Yeah. Dies a fucking virgin.
I wonder how it gets landlocked.
Well,
close the pipes.
Close the pipes. Fucking nipping into the wrong estuary or estuary. How do you pronounce that word?
Tell you what, I've been down there a couple of times recently at dusk, walking the pooch, and Centennial Park's pumping at that time.
Yeah.
From a wildlife perspective, the geese are geesing, the galahs are galaring, the cockatoos are cockatooing.
Ducks are ducking.
The ducks are ducking, and the bats are batting. Bats, bro, bats are sick.
I'd never seen a bat until
I was saying it earlier the other day because I'm so tapped in scientifically.
Yep.
I said the bat's got to be the only flying mammal. Has to be.
Is it?
Yep. The only flying mammal.
Good to know we've got it in us, though.
Yeah. They're like, they're showing the way for us.
But also,
they're showing us what's possible.
What it shows is that flying animals can, like, you know what I mean? Like, but that animal, like mammal and reptile or fucking, what's a bird?
An avian dinosaur.
Avian, whatever. But like that animals of flight can sort of emerge from separate genus or whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't know. Genus. It's close enough though, right? Considering I'm a fucking moron.
Well, you put an I in there.
But considering I'm a moron and considering you fucking, are not much smarter, the fact we're able to sort of get close enough, I think is good enough. Genus. So I'm happy for the bat.
Yeah, shout out to the bat.
Yeah, before we move on to Robert De Niro, I did have to check a few sources to confirm this. He fathered his most recent child with Tiffany Chen, a film producer who they're not married to but has been dating for a few years.
Out of wedlock.
Who is 64.
What?
And apparently was spotted with a pregnant belly.
How's that work?
Nah.
That's way too old. Isn't menopause 50?
Well, it's. I think it's like a sliding scale, but yes.
Yeah, but you're talking a 14-year diff.
Yeah. 60-year-old, fuck that. There's no way. There's no way. And obviously I said that about the eel that I was proved wrong about. But
look up the oldest known biological mother.
Sonia Kruger. Sorry, that's mean, but she did have a kid at like 50.
You reckon Sonia's got the record?
She definitely doesn't. But I did see she had a kid at like 50, and you're like, that's a lot.
Yeah, Maria del Carmen Busada de Lara was 66 years old in 358 days. She gave birth to twins.
Get some more names.
So it can be done.
She had a fuckload of names.
It does say, so that it lists another case of someone who was 65, and in both cases, both those children were conceived through IVF.
So, no, I'm looking for...
Natural?
I'm looking for natural.
Blowing loads?
Yeah, I'm looking for the old school way.
Yeah, pump and dump.
Not to discredit IVF, but I'm saying I think at that age you need a bit of help, right?
Well, that's medical intervention.
Yep.
We are talking about a man and a woman.
Yep.
Copulation.
We're talking Adam and Eve stuff.
Adam and Eve, not...
Less the apple.
Less the apple and less technology.
So we've got, and I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, Shinju Tian, who was 67 years old when she gave birth in 2023. Her 68-year-old partner, Wei Ping Huang, they claim to have conceived the baby naturally.
Bullshit.
Still fucking old.
It's old as fuck,
way older
dude.
than I thought was possible, to be honest.
What's the scale of menopause then? You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was that. Are there just women who don't have it?
No, you run out of eggs.
But is running out of eggs menopause? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that triggers it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
You sure of that?
95% sure.
Okay, interesting.
It does say on Wikipedia, pregnancy over the age of 50 has in recent years become more possible for women and more easily achieved due to recent advances in assisted reproductive technology, in particular egg donation.
See, this isn't what I'm talking about.
No, but what we need...
If you're taking eggs out and freezing them and using them later, it's not what I'm talking about.
Natural conception.
Yes.
Natural. But what I want to know is, can you just look up what causes menopause?
Getting old.
David?
Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, but...
I thought it was when you ran out of eggs. I could be wrong.
So it did say in this article, menopause is by definition 12 consecutive months without having had any menstrual flow at all.
Which would mean you've run out.
Similar to a recession. 4 quarters with a negative growth.
Well, that's... Yes. Yes. I would have thought that's what running out of eggs looks like.
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. That didn't clear anything up.
It did for me.
Did it?
12 consecutive months of no eggs.
Quarters.
Just to be sure.
Yeah, but again though, I just don't understand it entirely. The process.
It's essentially...
Because one side might drop out, so then you only get them every 2 months. So essentially, it's 6 unchecked, 6 months or six iterations if one's dropped out before the other of no goes.
And it does seem like the reason menopause starts occurring is due to hormones, so lack of estrogen mainly and other hormones. So, hormones can be all over the place. There could be like outliers that.
Can you look up? Can menopause start before all eggs have dropped?
That fucking face you're pulling.
Every passing year, they lose eggs until they run out. When all of their eggs are gone, they've reached menopause. During their reproductive years, their eggs grow in little bubbles on the surface of the ovary called follicles. And when those follicles deplete, menopause starts happening.
How many eggs are you born? Because you're born with those eggs, which then wigs me out because I'm like, essentially, right? And bear with me here.
Yes.
If my grandma has my mother inside her,
half of you were in.
But what I mean is so when my mum is inside my grandma, am I inside my mum?
Half of you is.
The eggs are already inside of her. So I'm inside my mum.
Half of you. Half of you's inside your grandma. At one point.
Mind-blowing. Not as mind-blowing as the eel. Before we get into the next dribble, a reminder, Friday, so tomorrow night, we're doing a live stream, not Thursday night, doing it Friday. It's going to be available on SEN, both the radio and app, and also on our YouTube channel, being joined by none other than the great Guru and Timmy. You. Beers and Break-Evens fame, Bloke in a Bar, Monday show fame, Timmy and the Roo and Timmy.
Timmy and the Roo.
Couple of rugby league savants.
Oh, yeah. Just some rugby league nerds in the great possible way.
Oh, yeah, nerds. It's a nerd out. It's going to be a nerd out baby. On Friday night.
100%. Bit of footy, few yarns, a lot of laughs, a lot of giggles, a lot of fun.
Look, I just need to pick up my rugby league debates with them from Friday night. Like, I just want to, those questions that everyone fucking yarns about. That's kind of what I want to get off my chest with those guys. Who's an immortal? Who's not? Why?
Who do you pick at 6 for New South Wales? Do you pick Tommy, obviously, but do you pick Tommy? Because that's what everyone's talking about. Yeah. Like, what's your opinion? Yeah. How do you see it? Where's Campbell Graham? That sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Good, fun, honest rugby league chat. Why won't Manly win the comp? Why will they almost certainly? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's Friday night, 8 p.m, SEN. Come join us. Have a laugh. YouTube, have a giggle.
Timmy and the Guru.
That's it.
Get to some more calls, Dave.
Boys, had to stop potty mid golf ball retrieval chat. I have never invested in one of the golf fishing rods, although I'm glad for when a old bloke in the group has one because, mate, Pro V1s, brand new golf balls, expensive bits of kit at like $7-8 a pop. If you have a shocking round, you could be an extra hundo down. So keeping those golf balls, I know you boys are still probably on your hot dots or your Shrixons, but you guys are probably still hitting rocks. So when you graduate to real golf balls, like big boys, you'll be very thankful for the old bloke in the group who's got the golf fishing rod, and you'll be like, hey, Baz, I reckon I could borrow that from you? Anyway, especially like when you play a golf course with a lot of water. Anyway, Sharks 13 plus, Parramatta never, also fuck you, Dior. Bye.
I'll say this. If you're losing $100 worth of golf balls around at $7 a pop, you probably shouldn't be playing Pro V1s.
Exactly right. Like
That's call it 15 golf balls.
And that's what I'm losing sometimes, right?
Yeah.
On a round of 18.
But he just said he's losing 15.
That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be using Pro V1s if you're losing 15.
No.
Like, I will buy a shitload of bad balls at the start of a round.
Yep. The ones, the cheap ones in the basket.
$6 for 50 of them or whatever.
Yep.
And you're going, I know these are probably, there's a lot of these going to go. It makes me feel a lot better about fucking up. And I'm not losing shite loads of money hand over fist.
Also, just know this. You trying to fish your ball out of the water because you want to save $7 because you hit a Pro V1 when you're fucking a 30 handicapper and you've just lost your 15th ball of the round. That's annoying everyone else waiting for you.
Yeah.
It's annoying the fuck out of me if I'm playing with you.
You lose that $7. That's on you.
You're allowed to look for your ball for a couple of minutes. That's it.
I'd say 2 minutes.
Max.
If it's 2.5, 3, if it's 3 minutes, you are a fucking psycho. 2 minutes, you're pushing it. 2 minutes, you can get away with while other people are also making their way to their ball. And hopefully, for your sake, they're taking their shots. Once they've taken their shots, if you're still looking.
Yep. Otherwise, get your Striction out.
Take a job. Fuck off.
That's it. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, it is.
Keep going. $100 worth of Pro V1.
That's disgusting.
Bro, you're a dribbler. You should be hitting that ball.
Yo, Tobler, King of CSU dribbler here. You have historically mentioned that you boys both went to CSU. Enjoyed a good time. As did I.
Favourite times.
And you both have said that you lived in a house in Keppel Street. As did I. I was just wondering if you're able to disclose the number of said house, because I have a feeling that I might have chonged where you boys once chonged, and so on and so forth. What a fucking town, eh? Baptist forever, Parramatta premierships never. Talk to you later.
You know what's annoying about that?
Yep.
He should have given us his address.
Yeah, he didn't give us his address.
Is his number there?
Yes.
Call it.
Okay, hang on.
You know what's scary, Edward, as Dave calls this dribbler?
What?
Aging. I'm just looking at a photo of Joe Roff, who's been announced as the new president of Australian rugby.
Show me him.
He was such a gun, dude. Now, like, you know when you just see people that you grew up with getting old and dealing with age?
Jesus.
Like Joe Roff.
Joe Roff was a stallion.
He was so good, dude. But, like, just getting old, it doesn't feel real, even though you're aging your whole life.
I don't really recognise him. I've got out of it, sorry.
That's okay. But, like, as you get old, like, you don't feel like... You feel like you're getting old in a good way until, like, 28. And then aging after 28, it's like, oh, I'm getting old in a bad way. You know, maybe even 25.
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't reckon?
I still don't think we've hit that threshold.
But you don't think now you're starting to age in a negative sense? Not that... Like, listen, we'll look back on these days as 60-year-olds and be like, fuck. I never spend time dwelling on like, oh, no, I'm old. But in terms of the way that age presents itself, after 25, 26, 27, 28, you're grey as fuck now. Your back's going, your beard's grey.
Well, my back's back.
Yes, of course. Shout out to Jeff Athletic. No short.
My back's actually
no
been
small.
Cherry ripe.
Yeah, well, Jeff Athletic.
Cherry ripe back.
Check him out, Jeff Athletic.
Back's been cherry ripe.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And then you see these people who were once young, and you're like, Hindmarsh, and not to shout, it's not a shot at Hindmarsh, but Hindy, just one of the great football players, you know what I mean? And now he's like fucking old guy on TV.
He's not that old yet.
But compared to how I know him to be.
What's old?
Well, fucking not young. Looking old. Just when you start to see someone, you go, oh, they look old now. Like they're looking like old people. We still have tight-ish skin.
Yeah, real tight.
Real tight. You know what I mean?
Like tight.
Tight.
And full heads of hair and that.
Yes. But, you know, you just see you just see it happening and you're like, Jesus Christ. Like it's, what I mean is like, especially for us, we are 6 years away from old and less than that.
Well, you are. I'm 8.
Same shit though. You get what I'm saying?
No, not really. You're
but
8.
No,
I'm 8, you're 6.
But you're still probably 6 because you look old already. You already look older than me. So it's probably evens itself out.
Yeah, but I am younger.
But looks.
If we did a body test, I'd be younger.
Well, obviously because literally you are younger. But like.
No, you know how you can do we should do that.
Yeah, what?
You can
I don't even know
you can do like a biological test. Not a biological. It's sort of like they do tests on you and they age you based on certain factors. You've got the body of a.
Fuck. I'll do it. I don't want to know, but I'll do it. I'm also interested in that Ancestry.com.
Yeah, we should do that.
Send them off a poo or whatever.
Yeah, I want to send them off a poo.
You're a Viking.
Or a wee or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to know what's going on.
Dave or Tobler, can you tee up an Ancestry.com poo kit, whatever they need from us?
Is it poo? Do they need feces? Probably not.
It's probably it'd be a hard sell.
You need a load?
It'd be yeah. It's a hard sell if you need loads and shit. Like just let me just swab my mouth. I wonder if I can. Doesn't seem like we're getting a fucking call from that guy. If I can put my tinfoil hat on for this, I wonder whether Ancestry.com is one of the great DNA harvesting fucking things of all time. Like, you know how social media basically just like your thing's getting folded up at the back. You know, like social media is basically like one of the greatest data harvests of all time. Sort of Trojan horsed through the like, oh, you know, it's great, share photos and share like fucking, but actually all it's doing is just capturing your data and fucking selling it.
Potentially.
Whether Ancestry.com is like, give us your DNA.
They did catch
put it on file.
They did catch that killer using
the San Francisco guy?
Yeah, the San Francisco guy that raped heaps of people and killed people and shit. They got him off Ancestry.com.
Yeah.
I don't even know how they do it. Is there certain markers in your DNA that suggest you're from one area or another? They obviously that's
the way they did it with that guy was actually quite interesting, and interesting enough to the point where I can't remember it, but I have been told it, and I remember it being interesting the way they did it, where they basically like they pinned it down to like.
No, so what it was they had DNA, right, collected from the scene.
Yes.
And what they did was one of his cousins, the guy that they ended up doing for it, one of his cousins or nephews or whatever, they submitted DNA and it flagged, well, we've got a match here. It's actually matched against this DNA.
But he submitted DNA for Ancestry.com, not for like...
No, their cousin did. Yeah, and it flagged because it was in the system, right? So it flagged in the system, and then they were like, okay, let's go through the list of his cousins and relatives and see who it could be.
And then they narrowed it down.
So who lived in the area, who's the same age, who is a potential candidate.
And then they found him. They got like, didn't they camp outside his house and like find a fucking can or some shit?
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah. Or they saw him go
to
a restaurant or something.
And I think he threw something in the bin and they were like, yoink, because you can't go to his house. They didn't have a warrant.
No, they yoinked a cup out of a bin.
Yeah.
Because he'd been at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And they go, bang.
Sick fuck.
Match.
But with that in mind, are we comfortable submitting our DNA to Ancestry.com, given that we know it might be one of the greatest DNA harvests of all time?
Yes. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
Fuck it.
What if they fucking clone us or some shit?
Clone us anyway. Who are we calling?
Is he on?
What did Scott do again?
Yo, Scott.
Yay.
How are you, brah?
Yeah, going well, man. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Welcome to the show. We just listened to you dribble about the potential that you, I, and Eddie have all fucking chonged under the same roof.
How good.
On the Great Keppel Street in Bathurst. Now, a couple of questions first. How long ago were you at Bathurst?
Still here.
Oh, you're still there.
Oh, you're still there.
What are you studying?
Came and never left.
What?
No. See, I went to uni, started in 2011,
Yep.
Nice.
Graduated 2014.
Congratulations.
And never left.
Yeah, just got a job at a school here and fucking off we go. You know?
Are you from Bathurst?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Townie, or did you?
Yeah, no, I lived on. So when did you guys go to CSU? MTG?
2010.
Were we there at the same time?
Yeah, so I stayed on MTG in 2011 and then went to town with a few of the boys for the next 3 years.
Okay.
So we were there in 2010 we were at Towers, then 11, 12, then 11 and 12 Keppel.
Yeah.
And then 13 you left and I was on William Street.
So the chances of us fucking under the same roof are probably minimal, right? If we were there at the same time.
Well, unless he
I was
moved in
in
afterwards.
Keppel Street, 2015, 2016.
We were out by
so we
then.
stayed there for a bit. Yeah.
Now the thing that
Now, did your number start with a 1?
No, fuck.
There you go.
There we go.
That was a 2.
That was what we lamented.
Oh.
We were like, you didn't give us a fucking address, so we weren't able to work it out. We were like, we got to call this guy and try and nut this one out, literally.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, fuck, that's a heartbreaker.
We had a...
That is a heartbreaker.
It is a
No,
heartbreaker.
that's-
I wanted so desperately for you to say yes to the 1, and then
Yeah.
I would have gone on to give further numbers, further digits.
Well, we can just give
Well,
them
see,
177
well,
Keppel
process.
Street.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was 177, yeah.
So
I was 234, so not far, just up the road.
there you go. Well, listen, dude, if you want to break your lease and go and try and move into 177 and fire off a couple.
177, I will give you the lay of the land. 4 bedrooms, 3 upstairs, 1 downstairs, 3 living rooms,
2-car
double
garage.
lock-up garage, front yard, but little backyard courtyard thing, big, meaty, there it is. There it is. There she be. No, the one
Sorry,
on the right.
Dave's got it on the screen.
The one on the
here.
right. Not the far
No, the
right.
left, dude.
No, that one. Not that one. Not that one. The one next to it. No. Where's your little thing?
Dave's going.
Dave, go right. No, next to it.
Jesus Christ,
Next
Dave.
to it.
What do you mean?
Next to it. Go right. There. That's
There
it.
you go, Dave.
That's it.
That tree there.
No, you're going too far.
I'm not even touching it right now.
Eddie, he hasn't done anything.
All right. Listen, probably don't need to hear this bit. But and then it had a nice balcony upstairs,
Double
which was
brick.
great. Double brick, heating and cooling.
Yeah.
Built-in spa.
Never used it.
Used it once.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Sexy times?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I never even hopped in the bath.
Oh, red hot.
Yeah. So
Oh,
hop
good
in the
for
bar.
you.
Yeah, hop in the spa.
Yeah. Good to know.
And a nice kitchen.
Yeah.
So that was 177 Keppel, and we loved it so much we rented it at the start of summer, and no one lived there for 3 months or 4 months, and we paid rent the whole time.
Yeah.
That's how much we wanted the house.
Shout out to Youth Allowance. But look, Scott, was it?
Yeah, mate, yeah.
Can I ask you a couple of questions? Is the Kings on a Tuesday night still a thing?
Oh, okay.
Cheeky
easy,
Tuesdays.
So we were there at CSU in the golden era, right? We had bar night on Monday, Cheekies on Tuesday, DK on Wednesdays,
Yeah.
and then probably another Rafters on Thursday.
Well, no, uni night was Thursday. Uni bar.
Yeah.
Unibar,
Rafters
yeah.
are Rafters, yeah. Right now,
Oh, really? Nothing?
not a thing.
What?
So
Nothing's
Towers
on.
is getting closed down,
Heard that.
so there's nothing there. Jolve is now just sort of like rental apartments. You can just choose to go live there with whoever.
Oh.
So digging is really the only res that's still going. And the Kings don't do cheekies anymore. The Eddie, which, we all know and love,
Yes.
is now called the 1880. And it's like a fucking one of these really done up fruity beer type
Oh,
operations.
fuckboy bars.
And so whenever I go there, I just feel a little part of me dies inside.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's not full of sand anymore
Not
for,
full of sand,
for
it's-
full
No,
moon
it's not
party.
People
sand.
shelving in the corner of the back
Shelving. And
courtyard.
you go into the toilets and they've seen some action.
Wow.
Real work's been done in the toilet.
What you're
there.
telling me is there's no
Yeah,
rum
the
and
main
coke
bar.
on tap anymore?
Oh, no rum and coke on tap. You know what I mean? So it's,
Jesus
What
Christ.
happened? Why did it lose its luster, Bathurst?
I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those big questions that's it's just been bought out by all the Sydney pubs. So Sydney pub owners come in, buy all the pokies and then sell it off. There's no pokies in any pubs here except for the Ox.
Oh, really?
Everyone's favourite.
Kings no longer got pokes.
Kings, I think they might have a few, but they sold a heap as well.
Jesus Christ. Sad times.
Yeah.
You know what, bloody
Bit going on.
pave paradise.
I
to
tell
put
you
up a
what,
parking lot,
it
mate.
makes me like the glory days.
Yeah, I'm glad we made the
I'll tell
glory
you
days.
what.
Is Club
It makes me
Medusa still
feel-
there at the Ox?
Oh, so they turned that into a sports bar during COVID where people go and sit and watch like the UFC and things on the screen there. But I think it still is a thing. I haven't
Okay.
been there
Do
for
you
a
remember
while.
the dance floor at Club Medusa?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Oh,
How
mate.
you couldn't move your feet because it was so sticky.
Me and a friend of the show. Was that the one where like, oh, you know what? I won't even say it. I won't even say it. No, I won't. I'll keep that one quiet. Scott, nice
Well,
to
I'll
talk
tell
to
you
you,
what,
bro.
boys.
What?
It makes me feel known and heard when you talk about Bathurst on the show. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
feel
good.
like, I know what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, you
Nah,
get
I
it.
love your work.
We're happy to do our
Yeah.
piece for Bathurst, for small town Bathurst.
We love small town Bathurst. Hell of a place.
Absolutely.
Mate, nice to talk to you. Thanks for the fucking dribble as well.
Absolutely. Thanks for the chat, boys.
See you, mate.
Talk to you soon. See you, bro.
Cheers.
There you go. That's nice.
Part of me feels grateful that we had the glory years, but part of me is also like sad for
I'm very sad, dude.
what's been lost.
I'm sad for the next generation. Like,
I told you that I'd heard whispers that it wasn't
that it was
a thing
falling
anymore.
apart.
Towers being closed down is ridiculous.
I don't understand what. I mean, mate, did people stop going? You know what I mean? People must have not have been going like they were.
I heard it was like not safe anymore. It was sinking and shit apparently.
Oh,
The foundations were fucked. That was a whisper. But a lot of the whispers I heard about Bathurst turned to be true. So
that Towers was sinking.
Sinking, yeah. And they had to redo it, and there wasn't the demand that there once was, so they just fucked it off, closed it down. I don't even know if it's been pulled down yet or not. Imagine, I hope they sent it out in style. I hope there was a rager there on the last night.
I would like for it to be blown up, but like with like, you know, a bunch of rundown uni cars all set on fire underneath it or something. Let it like come down with some sort of.
Remember how fun all that was? What was the party called when it was like in the middle?
It was like a B and something ball, black and white ball, black and yellow ball, black and something ball.
Wasn't there a Towers Day?
Yeah, that was the ball, wasn't it? A something ball.
Was that a ball? I don't know if it was a ball.
Listen, I don't know.
Can't remember.
This is probably going to fucking bore people who won't.
Probably is boring people, but fuck the lot of you.
Yeah, you're right.
We care.
Yeah, we do.
We care.
It matters to us.
Fucking oath it matters to us.
So fuck you.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
I actively avoid, I generally speak, unless I'm in a rush, I won't go the mudgy way. I'll go through Bathurst and me and Ella will drive around to all the old haunts and just to look at them.
Yeah. Now, if I'm ever heading Mudgy Way,
Nostalgia, love it.
my wife probably not going to care too much for it because she wasn't there. But I'll detour when I can.
You
and
must.
that's never.
You must always detour. Have you been back since?
Yeah, we went with fucking for KO.
Fully. Was that the only time?
Nah, I would have been back. I was back after I'd left, even when you were still there. But
Since we both left. Since
I
was
would have moseyed through there for something. But I mean, nothing crazy, right? You know, I'm not going out of my way. Like, it's a long detour if you're not going there for a reason.
Shout out to Bathurst, miss that place.
Miss you, Bathurst. Miss you, and sad to hear that CSU's taken such a turn for the worse. Go one more, then we'll do our fucking NRL tips.
All right, one more. Oh, wait, I need to reconnect. Hang on.
I actually miss Bathurst. I feel like fucking getting the old crew back together and nipping out there. That's what I feel like doing real bad.
I still, you know, every once in a while, me and like Gorney or DM.
What'd you say? Back to Bathurst.
Back to Bathurst with the crew.
You'd need a crew.
And you'd need a fucking, I wonder if you could Airbnb Keppel.
I'd love to. I'd fucking love to go back in there and rip again.
I don't know that I'd want to, you know, they'd probably want to Airbnb it, given.
Well, if they know anything about Street, they probably wouldn't.
No. Although Streety, you know, he's matured a lot.
Imagine if we took Jarch back there and
Streety
he
sent
just
us a
like
video
automatically-
yesterday. Streety sent us a video yesterday to our group chat, and he was laughing at that photo of Eddie from the stream. And in the video, he's on the toilet and he drops one of his AirPods that are in his ear into the toilet. Like, the video ends with him going, "Oh my God, I thought that was so funny." Or he was saying something about like the photo of Eddie brought him so much joy. And as he says joy, he leans forward and the AirPod falls into you hear it plop into the toilet. And then the final frame of the video is his face like anxiously, because there were Carly's as well.
Yeah, well, that was the funniest part, is that there was actually Carly's headphones.
And she told him
she
many
told him on
times.
countless occasions not to lose them or fucking drop him in the dunny and shit because he's such a liability. And he did exactly that. So shout out to Street. Last dribble.
John, Eddie, how's it going, boys? I have a theory on why the Tigers are just so consistently shit. Are we going to rule out that maybe the heads of the club, like the board, are they some kind of satanic cult that just gets good players and performs some kind of ritual to sap the talent from them to, I don't know, maybe try and grant themselves long life or something like that? But, you have all these good players that go to the Tigers and just nothing seems to happen. They're still shit. And, finals twice in however long they've existed, you got to think there's got to be something else at play here. So my theory is satanic cult that drains the talent from players, and that's why they're so consistently shit, and the board just seems to do nothing about it because it's what they want. Anyway, cheers, boys. See you soon.
I'd find it hard to disagree with it.
Listen, it stacks up.
It's hard
because
to
if you think about it,
you can't poke holes in that.
You can't poke holes in that. No finals footy since 2011, no comp since 2005. Looked like a basket case the entire time. Make poor decision after poor decision after poor decision after poor decision. You could only argue, Tom.
Great players go there, lose all their talent.
You could only argue that the board members in it for some sort of, elixir.
Eternal life juice.
Eternal elixir.
Yeah. So, much like a vampire drinking the blood of the living.
Yes. Or Voldemort drinking the blood of a unicorn.
Yes. Or the globalists, the global elites drinking the blood of the young to stay young.
To get the adrenochrome, I believe it is.
You know what I mean?
I've heard that. Look into it.
Globalist elites.
Look into it. There's a good YouTube documentary on it.
Yeah, great one. A lot of unsighted sources.
Yep. A lot of elites drinking the blood of the next generation.
Yep.
Endocrinal glandles.
Yeah. Listen, I couldn't. There's not enough evidence to suggest that what that guy said is wrong.
No, it's right. You're absolutely right, and probably a nice segue into rugby league, brought to you by KO.
Yep.
Our close and dear personal friends, KO. KO Sports bring you every game live and ad-free during play. The only place in Australia that's going to fucking offer you that.
Yep.
The only place in Australia that's going to give you all 8 games. The only place in Australia
in the world, Eddie,
that has analysts that know what they're talking about.
A little unfair, but I hear you. I didn't realise this either, but our live stream from the Manly Broncos game is still online on KO if you do want to go watch it. I can't bring myself to watch it for a multitude of reasons.
I'll never watch it.
Some of them to do with Manly, some of them to do with personal insecurities. But
just an anxiety that lives within me, Tom.
Yes.
I don't even listen back to the podcast
No.
because that's anxiety riddled enough for me,
Yep.
let alone going back and listening to a 2-hour lick fest.
Yep.
I won't be doing it. Can't bring myself to do it, but shout out to the punter and the dribbler for tuning in. Numbers were huge.
Yeah, shout out to the punter and dribbler. By all estimations, we're basically bigger than the game.
Rupert Murdoch was impressed.
Murdoch.
Listen.
I was going to say,
Listen.
Rupert called us personally.
Well, he didn't call us personally. He called the board and said, make sure those boys are on big bickies.
Yeah. He said, basically, give those guys
whatever they want.
All the Tim Tams.
Yeah, all the Timmies.
All the Tim Tams. Double caramel. Double coat caramel.
Give him double coats.
Because
Rupert's almost like our Tim Tam genie now, where he just clicks his fingers.
We go, Timmy's.
Yo.
Rupert.
We've got sugar addictions.
We're addicted to sugar.
Timmy me up, Buttercup. Now, Storm versus Broncos.
Tough game because
I like the Storm.
Yeah, the Storm fucked me last week.
I like the Storm in a tight one. Toit game.
Yeah. I'm gonna. We gotta be united on this one. I think the Broncos though. The Storm got beaten by a good South side who also beat the Broncos. Look, the Broncos humped a Manly side that wasn't very good, but
Storm at home.
Okay, I'm going to go with you on this one.
Storm at home.
Broncos, I was talking to this Tobler earlier. Broncos have had a really easy draw so far. When you look
I
through
said
their
that
games.
at one point as well.
They actually have.
Yeah.
Storm at home.
Storm.
Obviously, they beat a really, really red-hot Manly side, which was a good win. But I like Storm at home.
Okay.
Bulldogs, Warriors. I like
think
the dogs. I like the doggies.
Yeah. I think Dogs.
There's something in the air tonight.
Especially with the injuries they have, they've been able to still like play good footy at 15th. Like 15th sort of isn't even representative, I think, of like the way they've performed.
No, I think it's unfair to them as a club, and I think they get the chockies.
Everyone beating their dicks about the Warriors early doors. Remember I told you? I was like,
wank,
what the
wank.
fuck? Wank, wank, wank.
Wank, 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 wank.
Not that good, dude.
Chill out, cunts.
Yeah, stop wanking.
Panthers,
Dogs.
Roosters. You got to go Panthers. Why? Because the Roosters don't have an elite, immortal halfback.
The
That
Roosters
might shock people.
haven't got Cooper Cronk, and it seems like that's the only way they win comps.
If it's not Cooper, it's Sonny Bill.
And if it's not Sonny Bill, it's James Maloney. And if it's not James Maloney, it's fucking someone else.
Freddie Fittler.
Freddie Fittler. Well, yeah, exactly.
Freddie Fittler.
From Penrith.
Yeah. Great
so,
call.
Exactly. So I couldn't think of any other examples. I thought I could.
Well, that's okay, mate. Rabbits, West Tigers.
Bunnies.
Bunnies.
Boing, boing, boing.
Cowboys, Dragons.
This is a poo slinger, and it's a tough one.
I think Cowboys in a tight game.
But if you were to go by Liam Brennan's DMC chart, it would be Dragons.
No. So this is what the chart says, punters and dribblers. Make of this what you will. If it's a team above them, tick, because Cowboys are above the Dragons, and it's within 1 to 2 places, tick, because it's only 2 places. You have to go if the team's in form. So if the Cowboys are in form, the Dragons win. If the Cowboys aren't in form, the Dragons lose. Now the question is, do the Cowboys, who have been fucking appalling all season and beat a shit Roosters side, are they in form now? I can't be sure of that.
It's tough to tell. Can I say this though? Just purely on visual stimuli. All season when I've seen the Cowboys logo, I felt poo. But for some reason now when I look at it, I see something better than shit.
Like hand on heart,
immediate reaction.
I don't think they're in form.
No.
So I think the Dragons lose.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my honest opinion.
We take Cows. Raiders, Eels. I like Raiders.
I can be swayed because I don't have a strong feeling.
Milk at home, Moses out.
Moses out.
Moses out.
I'll go the Raiders.
Go Raiders. Knights, Titans. I fucking hate Newcastle. Bet.
Titans win and win well. Piece of piss. And obviously Manly beat the Sharks.
Yeah.
That's probably the
Sharks
better.
on a massive form slump.
Well, listen, they got pumped by the Dolphins.
The
Dolphins have got heart, but they're not that good.
No.
Let's be honest.
Sharks not premiership threat.
Shout out to Kay, though, for making all of our dreams come true.
Yeah, mainly ours, though.
But but like dreams.
Our dreams. Yeah, listen, if you dream about live rugby league without any ads during play, then they're making everyone's dream.
If you've dreamt a dream, then you've dreamt of KO.
And if you've dreamt of being able to watch all games of rugby league, then KO has answered your dreams, fulfilled your dreams.
Correct.
Because so many people who don't have KO, in fact, all people who don't have KO.
All losers. Big fat losers. There, I said it.
Yep.
Shout out to the punter, shout out to the dribbler, shout out to Dior, shout out to Tobler.
Shout out to you and me.
Yeah. See you all
Shout out to the
Friday
Eel.
night.
Shout out to the Eel as well.
Shout out to the Eel.
Centennial Park Eel.
And shout out to the punter and the dribbler. See you Friday night, SCN stream, also on Hello Sport.
Guru Timmy.
Really nerdy rugby league.
We're going to just get into the minutiae.
If you want to tune in for nerdy rugby league, but also some Titanic trivia, come join us.
Bye.
Bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?